I'm here today to give my testimony on the way God has saved my life twice. The first one we will talk about is Pastor and Tiffany came to my home a little over a year ago to talk to me and have prayer with me after I'd been in the hospital for over a week. I went in to have my gallbladder removed. It's quick, it's easy. A couple years before Barbara had hers done, it was 30, 40 minutes. Evelyn sat with me just to keep me calm. Somebody needed to. And on the way home, we stopped at the car dealer and looking at a car for Barbara. I mean, she was that healthy and that no problems at all. So she knew what to expect, except it wasn't 30 minutes and the doctor came to see her, it was 4 hours. He explained that my gallbladder didn't come out cleanly, or nice like hers had. They got in there and they could not take it out. They had to surgically open me up, get to my gallbladder because they spotted that it was full of gangrene. He said that I would not have lived through the night if they had not gotten it out when they did. And nobody knew it was anything but a poke and go surgery. It was just that bad, but nobody knew it. I was in the hospital for a week on IV antibiotics. And it was enough to get me out, and I was healthy, and I've been getting better ever since. And I said, Pastor said, that's a remarkable thing, how God has taken care of you and blessed you. I said, yeah, but that's not the first time. In 1960, I was in the Army, and I was stationed at a germ warfare plant at Fort Detrick, Maryland. And we worked on germ warfare. And there was a hot side of a building and a cold side. And at the time I was working on the cold side. And we had autoclaves, and they were huge. They were like 8 feet tall, 7 feet wide. And everything that was in the hot that came out to the cold side went through sterilization with heat and pressure. And I opened up one of the autoclaves because the chart on the top of it said that it was totally sterilized. And I opened it up and none of the indicators inside had changed. So what had happened is the man who was in charge of it did not take the charts down from the outside of it. And because we were working with dangerous germs, anthrax specifically in this case, I called for security, and they came and they washed down the room and they asked me how I was feeling, and I said I was fine. They said, if you get any problems at all, you get to the hospital. So the next day I felt, just crummy. There's no other way to put it. As time went on, I felt like I had the flu. And I went, and they had me on record because of what had happened the day before, and they put me in isolation. And for 2 weeks, I saw nothing but eyeballs. When people came into my room, they had the things on their shoes, they had gowns, masks, head covers, gloves. The only thing I saw on people was their eyes. Everything that was brought in my room was destroyed. The government did not expect me to get out of that room. The Army brought a telephone in and allowed me to call my folks on the West Coast, and they paid for it. That's how bad they knew I wasn't going to make it. I walked away, and nobody knows how. The doctors have no idea how. Suddenly, I was fine. Absolutely fine. And they still have no idea how that could have happened. And I knew that God had intervened then, but I had no idea that he was going to do it again. As I told Pastor this story, I said, that's twice God saved my life. And he looked at me and he smiled and he says, yeah, that you know of. I'll bet there's been other times. And that is my story.